Welcome back to today's Explainer, everyone. We've got an absolutely thrilling adventure lined up for you today. So I want you to just close your eyes for a quick second. Picture a dark, super spooky forest. It's midnight, the air is chilly, the shadows are super long, and stepping bravely into this completely mysterious place is the great King Vikram. Now, you might remember he's there to keep a very important promise he made to a mysterious sage. And waiting for him in that darkness is a story that's literally been told for generations. Right there, hanging totally upside down from the thick, twisting branches of this huge, ancient banyan tree is the clever spirit Betaal. Without even a single drop of fear, brave King Vikram just lifts Betaal right up onto his shoulder and starts walking through the dark woods. But you know Betaal, he's a total trickster. He gives this spooky laugh and tells Vikram, "Our journey is long. Let me tell you a story." And then he drops this incredibly spooky warning. He says, "If you know the answer to my question and still remain silent, your head will shatter into 1,000 pieces." All right, so Vikram just keeps walking in complete silence. He's got to be really careful. And that brings us right to part one, the old farmer's gift to Arjun and Kiran. So, far away from that creepy forest, in a bright, sunny, and peaceful little village, lived two really close friends named Arjun and Kiran. Well, one bright day, a wise old farmer visited their village. He walked right up to the two friends, opened his hand, and revealed exactly two tiny, very special seeds. He gave one to Arjun and the other one right to Kiran. Then the old farmer looked at them and said, "These are very special seeds. I will return after exactly 1 year to see how you cared for them."
Now, a whole year is a really long time. So what exactly did the boys do with these special gifts? Let's dive right into part two, growing the seeds with patience and hard work. Let's see how this all played out, starting with the amazing patience Arjun showed.
And wow, this really shows the hard work Arjun put in every single day. He didn't just toss his seed on the ground and hope for the best. Nope. First, he carefully planted it in rich, fertile soil. Second, he made sure to water it every single day without fail, giving it exactly what it needed. Third, he got right down in the dirt, pulling up weeds so his little seed had plenty of room to stretch out and grow. And fourth, he protected it from any animals that might want to dig it up for a snack. Day after day, month after month, Arjun worked so hard and treated that little seed with incredible patience.
But what about his friend Kiran? Well, Kiran just looked down at this tiny little speck in his hand and said, "It's only a tiny seed. It isn't worth my time." Instead of planting it out in the warm sunshine, he literally just tossed it into a dark wooden box. He closed the lid, walked away, and completely forgot the whole shebang.
And that brings us to part three, the farmer returns, 1 year later. 12 long months fly by. Seasons change, the sun shines, the rain falls, and finally the year is up. The old farmer walks right back into that peaceful village exactly like he promised. It was time to see what happened to those two tiny seeds.
Let me tell you, there was a massive difference between what the two boys had to show. Arjun was so proud. Because of all his hard work, watering, and protecting, that tiny little seed had grown into a beautiful, giant mango tree. I mean, we're talking blooming flowers, sweet mangoes hanging everywhere, birds building nests, and local kids just playing happily in its cool shade. But oh boy, Kiran quietly showed the farmer his wooden box. And yep, you guessed it, it was completely empty. Nothing had grown at all.
You know, the old farmer wasn't even angry. He just smiled this really wise, knowing smile, looked at both boys, and shared this amazing secret. He said, "A seed may be small, but its future depends on how well it is cared for."
Snap! Suddenly, we are yanked right back into that spooky, dark forest with King Vikram. The clever spirit Betaal hits pause on his story. He's hanging upside down from Vikram's shoulder, smiling that tricky little smile. Because now it's time to test the brave king. In part 4, Betaal's riddle, testing King Vikram.
Betaal looks right at King Vikram and asks, "Tell me, Vikram, both boys received the exact same seed. One grew a magnificent tree, while the other grew nothing at all. Was the difference in the seed or in the boys?" Okay, everyone watching, I need you to help the king out. Shout your answer at the screen right now before Vikram can even open his mouth. What do you think? Was the difference in the seed or the boys?
If you shouted, "the boys," you absolutely hit the nail on the head. King Vikram answered without a single second of hesitation. He boldly stated, "The difference was not in the seed. Both were given the same opportunity. Success comes to those who work hard, stay patient, and care for what they have. Even the smallest seed can become a great tree when nurtured with dedication."
But oh no! Do you remember Betaal's trick? He specifically warned Vikram that if he spoke, terrible things would happen. Betaal just laughs this huge booming laugh. "Ha ha, Vikram! Once again you have spoken!" By answering that tricky riddle correctly, Vikram totally broke his silence. So in a huge flash of magic, Betaal flies right off the king's shoulder and zooms all the way back to the ancient banyan tree, leaving poor King Vikram to start his super long journey all over again.
Even though King Vikram got completely tricked, the story Betaal told is absolutely crucial. So let's wrap this up with part 5, the big lesson and the keys to success. Here is the true moral of our explainer today. First off, everyone gets opportunities. Just like those 2 tiny seeds, we all get little chances to do great things. Second, we've got to put in the work. If we want to grow a giant mango tree of our own, we have to water it and pull the weeds, right? Third, we have to stay patient. The really good things, they just don't happen overnight. They take time. And finally, never ever give up. If we combine patience with a lot of hard work, we can turn even the tiniest chances into the biggest, most beautiful successes.
So, the really big question I want to leave you all with is this. What special seed are you going to grow today? Seriously, whether it's learning a brand new game, reading a super hard book, or just helping a friend out, remember that with a little bit of care and a whole lot of hard work, you can grow something absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today, and I honestly cannot wait to see what beautiful things you all grow. Keep working hard, stay patient, and I'll catch you next time.
Like, share and subscribe for more videos.